this video, I am going to be stung by a bullet ant, one of the most painful stings on Earth, to reveal the truth about the bullet ant challenge. Let's go. All right, guys. So in this video, we are going to attempt to show you a sting adventure uncut. As few cuts as possible, because there's been a lot of comments over the years that our use of cinematic music and macro shots and all the things that we do to make our videos more entertaining hide the truth about the sting videos that have made Brave Wilderness famous. So once and for all, we're making this video to show you exactly how we do it and exactly what's up. There's another reason we are making this video, and that's because we are reinventing the Sting Index. We're calling it the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index because over the years, having been stung by many creatures from jellyfish to man-o-war to fireworms to all sorts of wasps and ants around the globe, it has become apparent to us that there's a lot of factors not included in the original Sting Pain Index. Not to mention, it's kind of confusing. So let me break down how the new Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index is going to work. First of all, you know, the late great Justin Schmidt created his Sting Index rating out of 4, ranking them from 1 to 4, 1 being the least painful, 4 being the most painful. I think if Justin had to do it all over again today, he likely would have made it out of 10. I don't think he had any idea how famous his Sting Index was going to become, but that's not his fault. So in our new Bite Sting Index, we're gonna rate all of our factors out of 10 and then give an ultimate ranking out of 10. So it's a lot easier to understand. The other thing that we are going to do is we are going to identify some of the missing factors from that original Sting Index. 2 of them that are new would be intimidation factor and aftermath. And that's because after all the stings that we have gone through, these things really matter. How you feel about getting stung by an animal before you're actually stung changes the way the sting feels. Also, the aftermath is in a lot of cases the worst part of the sting, and that's not really identified on the Sting Index currently. It's just about the sting itself. So I will get more into the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index when we're back at the table, because we have just arrived right there at the bullet ant nest. I have been to this location in Costa Rica many times in my career. I know where all the bullet ants nests are located on this trail, and this is a good one. So we figured, yeah, let's get a bullet ant from this nest, and this is the catch. So again, uncut, we're gonna have as few cuts as possible. There might be a couple cuts just for technical reasons, but we're not gonna skip ahead. We're not gonna like cut anything out. This is going to be a bullet ant sting as raw and as uncut as we can possibly create. So again, first things first, we gotta catch ourselves a bullet ant. Let me get the shot here so you can see. Is that a good angle? That's a good angle right there. Let me clear that out of the way for you. All right, so you see this tree root right here has a little opening. Underneath this opening is a bullet ant nest. Getting them to come out is easy. Catching them at first was very difficult for us, but since we've learned a lot about bullet ants, it's become pretty easy. Essentially just need a little container and they'll walk right in. So here's how I'm gonna get them to come out. Just a light knock on the door. They should come out right here. Anybody home? Oh, I saw one. Okay. We're being a little shy today, so we're gonna give them a little tickle. Here we go. I hear them. Oh, there we go. See that? Got some bullet ants crawling. And we just need one. But I just want to prove to you that I didn't just come here with a single bullet ant in my pocket. These are real wild bullet ants, no bullet ants inside the container. You guys can see that back there on the other cameras. We might show picture on picture at time, but let's first get a, there we go. See, that easy. Bullet ant secured. Okay, let's move on. So you're gonna notice we've got our camera crew behind us. We've got Andrew Asa on the A and B cam. I'm using a GoPro for this perspective, but we have our bullet ant. And again, we're gonna try to use as few cuts as possible. The way we're gonna do that is this shot will hopefully never stop. We'll either speed it up or we will make it a smaller picture in the corner so you can see this whole thing unobstructed. I might release just this GoPro clip on the Mark Vins channel. So for those of you who just want to see it uninterrupted and raw and rough, that's probably the best place to go. You can click on the link in the description for that. But for the Brave Wilderness main upload, we might need a couple shifts in the cut because as soon as we get to the sting table and getting stung, we're gonna need a camera shot much closer than this GoPro can do. So there you have it. That is how we're going to attempt to show you and prove to you just how bad the bullet ant sting really is. And then of course, you know, we'll talk about why we're doing this again for the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Hopefully it's obvious, but we'll get back to the table and talk a little bit more about that before the sting. All right, cue the fast forward. You guys good?
Great.
All right.
Nervous?
You know, I tend to not get nervous as much anymore before the sting until the insect is in the tweezers, the forceps. Until then, I know I'm safe. So I'm sure those nerves will start to fire off here soon enough. This is the original location of the first bullet ant sting video that Coyote did in 2016. I filmed it. I was right there where Andrew and Ace are. And we thought this was a great spot to come back to, not only because it has some history for Brave Wilderness, but because it's a good place to kick off this new bite sting index. We had to review the classics if we want to move into the future. So I'm gonna put this here. Let's see if we get a good shot out of it. Is that stable, guys? Like I said, uncut, little table malfunction. All good. Okay, that looks good right there. Okay. No, this is not the original table that we got bitten stung by in the past. Is a brand new table, but this is the original spot. That bullet ant video right now has over 70 million views. And you know, there's a lot of videos from the Bite Sting series that Coyote has done and I have done that have well over 50 million views. But this new Bite Sting Index is sort of resetting everything as we go and we review some of the most painful bites and stings in the world to re-rank them, to re-rate them. Rating these stings was not done the first time around. This is definitely the main reason why I'm doing this. However, I have seen other creators, other videos posted about how, like, you know, Brave Wilderness, you know, didn't show us the real sting and it was like all movie magic and all that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, why don't we go ahead and make this unabridged version, front to back, full adventure, catch, sting, all in one video so we can silence the naysayers once and for all. I know most of you don't fall into that camp, so don't take that as like the people watching this. This is for the loud few people that have made mention of this, that we just want to prove a point that this is real. All of this has been genuine the entire time. So I got my epinephrine pen because this is the one first aid kit that I will need, first aid tool I will need the most should I go into any kind of anaphylactic reaction. Because I've been stung by a bullet ant before, like this, yeah, I know I'm gonna be fine, but you never know. Allergies can pop up for no reason at all, so I just want to have that as a reassurance that I'm trying to be as safe as possible. And now I am going to switch perspectives to the A camera that Andrew's operating. Say hi, Andrew.
Hey.
Here, let's get Andrew on camera. Say hi.
Hey, everyone.
Asa.
Hey, everyone.
All right, so these guys are in charge of getting the up-close shots that the GoPro can't do. We may need a couple cuts, but again, this GoPro shot will always remain on in some form, even if I have to put it as a tiny, tiny square up in the corner of the video. All right, let's talk talking to you, sorry. Uncut, we would usually redo that, but uncut, we're gonna go right to the A camera. Let's talk about this bite sting index. I mentioned all the factors, but just to cover them one more time in case you've forgotten since then, we're gonna rate all the bites and stings we do on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. And then at the end of the videos, we will go back and we will recover the score on each of those and then make an average that gives the insect or arachnid its official ranking on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, which I'm also calling the BSI for short because it's a mouthful. Guys, did I cover anything else? Are we good?
We got plenty of cameras rolling. I think we're ready to go.
Oh, let's get that camera rolling. Here we go, another perspective, boom, boom, boom. Got my entomology forceps. Let's get the bullet ant out, just for old time's sake. Let's go through all the motions here. So we've got our bullet ant. We can let it crawl out here. And this one's fired up. A lot of times you'll see bullet ants out on the trail and they're usually very docile, but because I disturbed this one from its nest, where I will put it back, it is gonna be a little more agitated and more sting prone. So I'm not gonna free handle this bullet ant, but I am going to try to get a good hold gently. Oh, hear the stridulation? Oh, already firing the stinger. Okay, that's a bad hold. It's a bad hold. Come on, buddy. That's a good hold. There we go. Gentle, gentle. Okay, there we go. There is the bullet ant in all its glory. Second largest species of ant in the world. Now, bullet ants are notorious for their sting. They're called a bullet ant because they say it's like getting shot by a gun. I've never been shot before, thankfully, and I can attest to how accurate that that lore is, but I could tell you that the sting of this ant is very serious, and the aftermath lasts for a very long time, and that's one of the key factors of the BSI. The Bite Sting Index is not only rating the pain, it's that aftermath. To make sure that that's a very critical point, because sometimes stings don't seem that bad until the next day. This sting, however, is bad the whole way through. Throw that down there. This is bad the whole way through. So I have a feeling this ant, the bullet ant, is going to get a monster score. A lot of the scores that we've done already, you'll notice I have a couple stings here and there, have rated in the mid-7s. I think the bullet ant, this could be a 9. This could be a mega score. Intimidation, ants of course have limited potential in the intimidation department, but because this is the world's most famous sting, I would argue, and it's called a bullet ant, I'm gonna say intimidation is gonna be high. Pain, already know, big time score. Aftermath, that's the one you want to stick around for. The aftermath of this sting is truly what makes it a terrifying ordeal. So without further ado, because this is live and uncut pretty much, well, it's not live, but uncut, and we're just trying to roll through it, let's get into the sting. All right, here we go. Entering the sting zone with the bullet ant, hopefully for the very last time. On 3, 1. You guys got a shot?
Got it.
2, 3. Yep, he's got me. Got that stinger shot to prove that it's in. You got it?
Got it.
Come in closer if you need to. Come in closer if you need to. You see that stinger in?
I see it.
No doubt. Ah, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a delay, but it's there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo! Okay. All right, you're about to see some fireworks here on my arm. Yeah, that is super painful. Okay.
Oh man, it's already firing up.
You see all this redness right here? Let's get the sweat out of there. There's the sting point right there. The bullet ant has a very unique venom feel. Wasps have a certain way that they feel that burn. The fierce sting of the bullet ant is like electrifying. It is a electrical fire. You can feel all the tingling, all my nerves under the skin right now, just going crazy. You can see my skin is already freaking out. Look at that. All those blood vessels around the sting. Look at how far it's already traveled. Around the sting, already popping off. When you can see some blood, some broken blood vessel right there where the stinger went in, coming right to the surface. You getting that shot? Yeah, that is popping off. Okay.
I always ask, but
yeah.
Are you okay?
I am okay, Andrew. Thank you for asking. That's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that because it's become sort of famous with my character over the years that the "Are you okay" thing that comes from a place of just genuine concern, making sure that, you know, everybody's okay after these stings. These are meant to be educational at the end of the day. I realize they're entertaining, but we're real human beings. We're really out here. We're doing this stuff for real. And there is the real risk that sometimes we might need something like an EpiPen, or we might need to get out of here and get emergency help. In this case, I'm just gonna like fight through this, and we are going to officially rate the bullet ant, one of the kings of sting, on the Bite Sting Index for the very first time. Whew, here we go. For the official BSI rating, make sure to watch the original video on Brave Wilderness by clicking the link in the description below.